Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another segment of what we're calling Hanging Out. Last year we called it so many different titles, but I done figured out what my title is.
Okay.
I like hanging out because that's really what we're going to do here.
Definitely.
We have Jeremy Cash, linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, joining us today. So we're going to do what we normally get to do. We're going to talk a little football, then we're going to get to know him personally. If you guys aren't watching on Periscope, I always invite you to watch on Periscope or download the app. It's free, and you get to participate with these interviews live as we interview. So without further ado, how you doing, Mr. Cash?
I'm doing quite well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I appreciate you joining me on an off day. You guys only get one of these every week, and you were gracious enough to lend some of your time to us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So we're going to get started talking about football first, as we always like to do. I'm always curious about you guys' early on careers. So tell me, when did you actually first start playing football?
I started playing football when I was about 6 years old. Played all throughout elementary, middle school, and high school, and eventually gone on to play in college.
You have any that everybody had that Pop Warner moment that they was like a superstar? Did you have a Pop Warner middle school moment where you was just?
It was quite the opposite.
Yeah.
My first carry, I actually ran the wrong way.
Okay.
I actually ran the wrong way. And I was running. I'm like, I'm outrunning everybody. Yeah, because I'm going the wrong way.
You started high stepping and everything.
Yeah. but it was fun. From that moment on, I knew football was something I was definitely interested in and wanted to pursue in the future.
High school, what was the high school career like? What position you play?
I played safety and running back in high school. It wasn't until I got to the NFL that I more transitioned to the linebacker role.
Okay.
So, it's been fun. I've always had that mentality that I want to hit people when I'm out there on the field. That physicality, that's just natural instinct when it to me.
Defensive side?
Definitely.
Okay.
I'd rather be the hammer than be the nail. So I know I don't want anyone to hit me how I try to go out there and hit people.
Yeah? Well, let's go to that college career real quick. Duke was where we went for college.
Yes,
a little bit of Ohio State, then to Duke. Does anybody in that locker room talk about the Ohio State part?
They just make sure it's no longer in my blood because I didn't graduate from there. It was an interesting journey that took me to Duke. With everything that went down in Ohio State, I was thankful for that opportunity. But I made the most out of my career at Duke. I met a lot of great people and got a tremendous education, and ultimately it helped lead me to where I'm at now, and that's the Carolina Panthers.
What were the accolades in football at Duke?
Ooh.
What did we do?
There was a few, but the most important thing with me was
I know you're humble, but we just want to share with the people.
All the academic side, dean's list, all that good stuff. But as a football player, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, Jim Tatum Award winner. But the most humbling award for me is probably being voted a team captain.
Okay.
Not only was I a team captain, but I was a junior team captain my junior year. That really meant a lot because as a transfer student, that doesn't really happen a lot. That shows the trust and the belief that my teammates had in me to help lead the team, and that was a really humbling experience for me.
Okay. And then let's go ahead and talk about the NFL. You went undrafted, and I don't know the exact details because you're a rookie. I was up late last night doing some research on you, but you picked Carolina?
I did. The undrafted part, man, that was something difficult to really fathom, being as my resume of everything I put together in college, and unfortunately not being drafted. That was hard. That was hard. But at the end of the day, I knew that whatever team that picked me up was going to get a heck of a player that was going to do whatever he could to fight to make that roster. Around the 5th or 6th round of the draft, I started to receive phone calls from teams saying, "Hey, if you don't go undrafted, we'd be interested in you," and whatnot. And
you're like, what do you mean if I don't? Let's settle this right now, right?
Yeah, and typically that phone call really doesn't come to the 7th round. So I knew something must have been up. So I had to take that into consideration, just understand that I had to really plan for the next step.
Right.
You were really not given a lot of time to make this decision. Maybe 15 minutes, and 15 teams in 15 minutes. And ultimately, it came down to the Carolina Panthers and Cincinnati Bengals based on how they planned on using me. And ultimately, the Carolina Panthers took that extra step. They came out to my personal pro day and Coach Al Holcomb, our linebackers coach, worked me out, and then him and I had lunch afterwards, and just got down to talking and really more outside of football, just on that one-on-one level, somewhat of what we're doing now. And he took the time out of his day and his busy schedule to get to know me, and that really meant a lot to me.
That Carolina culture, you kind of got
exactly.
a preview of it.
It's not something that happens in a lot of other places, so I'm told. We have a lot of players on our team that have been in other organizations, and says our locker room and our culture and what we stand for is something special. It doesn't happen in a lot of other organizations.
Okay, well, we're glad to have you here. I mean, you
Definitely
wouldn't
glad
be
to
sitting
be
in front of me if you didn't make that decision.
Exactly.
So you went undrafted. Carolina picked you up. What was rookie life like from the OTAs and the training camp? I know you had to carry some pads a few times,
definitely.
right? Do you still have to carry pads?
It was fun. It's been fun. The biggest thing, obviously, transitioning to the linebacker role was the weight. In college, I played at 205. When I came in Carolina, I was at 205.
Yeah.
Probably the smallest linebacker in NFL history. But I still got out there every day and fought. I did whatever my coaches told me to do. They said, "Hey, we're going to need you to put on some weight right now," and I got to eating. I'm about 220 now, so
okay.
And just extrapolate that in a matter of months to come next off season, I'll be probably at about 230, looking ready to looking for the opportunity to go out there and play. During OTAs, it was difficult. I was learning a new system and changing positions, so really getting acclimated to the playbook and their playing style. I've been quoted saying, I was a deer in headlights out there. I was just staring around, just running in this direction, running in that direction. But as training camp came on, and I actually sat down with my coaches and our linebackers and really listened and honed in on what they were saying. If you separate things in the small, we call buckets, of different coverages, the ones that are similar to one another. We have cover three. We have probably about 5 or 6 variations of ways we can play it.
Yeah.
And just understand the small differences. It comes so much easier, and that's what I managed to do. And therefore, I was able to go out there during the preseason, throughout our 4 games, and was able to make plays and just really not think and just have fun.
And make the roster.
I did. Most importantly, make the roster.
Make the roster. I remember that last game. I'm going to confess, I didn't know much about you this season. You had a good fourth game, preseason game.
I definitely think as each game went on, I got better and better. And I especially wanted to play well against the Steelers.
You did?
I definitely did. I definitely did, because that was one team that I thought for sure was going to draft me. But unfortunately, that did not happen.
Oh, there was some motivation.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Well, can you give what of your injury update can you give us? What can you tell us about the latest injury status about you?
I'm healthy. I just had a sore hamstring that kind of lingered from the work week and the previous game.
Work week? How you gonna call it a work week? I'm jealous that you call it a work. You was playing football, man. You wouldn't like that no other job.
But outside of that, I'm ready to go. I'm looking forward to getting back out on the practice field tomorrow.
Okay. We're going to get into some personal questions now.
Okay.
If you guys are on Periscope, I'm going to check. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and check it right now. No, I'm going to ask my 2 questions. But if you guys are on Periscope, just give me 2 questions, and then all your questions for Jeremy. I'll filter them out a little bit, of course, but the good ones I will ask Mr. Cash, and we'll go from there. So talk with your teammates, man.
Okay.
And they just start off saying, he's the man. What is the man? What is that?
I don't know. You would have to ask them the definition.
I did. They didn't give me. They just said he's the man.
I'm just a regular old guy trying to make it. I don't know. I seem to be just a very likable person.
Yeah.
I can relate to people. I can just sit there and just have conversation with them. I'm not a difficult person to get along with, and obviously from my life experience, I understand that everyone comes from a different background. So it's interesting and unique to what a football brings together. You got a bunch of people that comes from different cultures and different backgrounds. Just being able to sit down one-on-one and talk to them and learn more about them and where they came from and their story.
Yeah, nice little melting pot moment.
Exactly.
Right, in that locker room. Growing up, what was the dynamics growing up?
Growing up in Miami, there's a lot going on down in Miami.
Siblings? How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 siblings, older brother and younger sister. My brother actually just got a new job in New Orleans. So he's moving there in a few weeks, so he'll be there for when we play the Saints. So I'm looking forward to definitely seeing him. And during the bye week, I'm headed back home to Miami to see my grandmother and my sister.
Going down to Miami.
Yeah, I'm looking
Welcome
forward
to Miami. That's where the bronze comes from, all the sun in Miami.
Exactly.
It was hard to get information, but the only other thing was, they said he's funny in his own way. I said, what does that mean? He's like, I don't know, he's just funny in his own way.
Probably because I just keep it real with guys. I'm not one to sugarcoat things. If I got something on my mind, I'm gonna let you know. Sometimes it may come off wrong, and you say, with all due respect, you say that first, and then you just say, what's on your mind? And I typically tend to do that.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, look, we're gonna go ahead and check Periscope, man, to see what people may be wanting to ask you out there. I'm now on Periscope, so if you guys are holding some questions, you can start asking, what is it like to sack the opposing team's quarterback? That was the first question. You ain't got to do that yet, right?
I haven't got to do that per se, but in college I've done that numerous times. Have you ever seen the movie Wedding Crasher? Big man fall hard. That's probably it's a great feel. I mean, you hit the quarterback and affect them early. I mean, you trying to kind of get their offense out of rhythm and kind of builds momentum and energy on the sideline and with the rest of your teammates.
Gotcha. All right, so what do you typically do on your day off other than lending me your time for a nice 45 minutes, which I appreciate again?
No problem at all. I mean, I typically I go in and get a workout in and get ready for the upcoming game, start studying some film a little bit, and probably get a lot of errands done that I need to have done, typically laundry.
That's all I hear y'all do is errands on off day. You ready for this left field question? Who's your favorite singer?
John Legend.
John Legend?
No question. John Legend.
Okay. If you could, I'd like to steal this question from Kelly Bardick over at Fox, but if you could pick the song that you came out to doing introductions, what would that song be right now? What would Jeremy Cash come out to?
Tupac, Ambitions as a Rider.
All right. Personal goals for the season?
To go out there and not embarrass myself in front of a large stadium of people.
So I tried to forewarn you. A lot of these questions came from women, which you could probably tell by this next one. Do you like cooking, Jeremy?
I beg your pardon?
Do you like cooking?
I do. That's one of my hidden passions. I do that quite often.
Oh, so this is somebody who has known you or something that gave me this question. You do like cooking?
Perhaps. It very much so may be.
What's one of the favorite dishes?
I really like to barbecue, so really anything on the grill, I can go out there.
Okay. Can you give me any grilling tips, man? The only thing I got down are the burgers. How do you make a juicy burger? Is there a juicy burger tip?
I mean, that really comes with right seasonings. That
Okay.
really comes with right seasonings and knowing when to flip it and not to leave it on there too long. And then the biggest thing, you have to let your burgers rest. So
Let your burgers rest?
Yes, absorb all the juices back into it, just like any steaks, chicken, anything like that.
That rest on a grill, rest after cooking them?
After you cook it, don't try to bite right into it. You got to rest a few minutes.
I'm going to let my burger rest. How many dogs do you have?
I have one dog.
One?
One dog.
What kind of dog do you have, man?
I
heard
have
a lot
a Wheaten
about
Terrier.
Okay.
A Wheaten Terrier.
Can you dance, Jeremy?
I can dance. Will I dance? No.
Drum roll. You ready for the drum roll question?
I got you.
That was the most asked question in the Carolinas. I posted the information late. Make sure everything's still plugged up in there. Is it still plugged up and still on? Let me get back on for you. And then we're going to get back to asking you this most important question.
Oh.
Don't worry, man. I know your coaches, man.
Awesome dramatic effect right
Hey,
there.
you know about the FedEx package, right?
Yes.
All right, so you might get a FedEx package after this. All right, we back going there, boss.
Okay.
You can put that in your pocket. All right, so dramatic pause. Jeremy didn't want to hear the question. This is not from me. I work for the people. They want to know about your status, man.
And you got to get the people what they want.
I got to get the people what. That's why I'm here, because of the people. They want to know if you're single, man.
I am.
You are single?
I am single.
All right, so with the single, this is an impromptu question. I need some help. just last night, I promise to God, my son asked me for dating advice. First time ever. So, you know, he likes to talk about him being a millennial and I'm an older guy. So what dating advice would you give people these days, a man to a woman, to what would you give him? What advice?
I would say the biggest thing, you just got to be honest. I mean, if you're not looking for anything serious, you got to tell them that up front.
Okay.
You don't want to lead them on and have them upset with you in the end, or because I mean at the same time I'm sure your son's relatively young.
I was gonna say this teenager,
exactly. I mean, because you gotta if I knew back when I was that age what I know now, I mean things would be so much different. I mean, you got to think you want somebody leading your daughter on in the future. Now, would you?
Right. I
mean, as a man, you got to kind of do right by women.
I was really just more so thinking I can't give him the key yet. Like, you don't need to know the key. You need to just mess up. That's more what I was like.
I mean, there's that way of learning through experience. I mean, because either you're gonna buy it or you're gonna or lease it. Preferably, he's gonna lease it so he doesn't have to buy it and have to learn from his own experience.
Right.
You can learn from ours.
Once you get older, we'll tell you some more. What's been the biggest adjustment for you going to this NFL?
Probably the biggest thing is changing positions and putting on weight and learning a different scheme. It took some time to really get all that under wraps, and I have a pretty good grasp on it now. So I mean, now it's just going out there and not making mistakes, just going out there and really just having fun. I mean, football is fun, winning is fun.
All right, I'm gonna try to squeeze in 2 more questions because then we got to go to our surprise activity. I think you guys asked him about. Man, I forget. Ask the question again for me. We already talked about the puppy. Give me the other question. I think they just asked you. Oh, man, I can't remember what they asked you. So I'm going to just go to, I might have to social media. They asked me about social media. Are you new to social media? You like social media?
I am new to social media. I had it briefly in college and then got rid of it. Because if you do not use it in the right way, it can be nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
And I recently just got back into it, probably around the time I started training for the combine and whatnot. It was in my best interest as far as endorsements and whatnot. But outside of that, I'm marketing myself and trying to do as best I can to become a known figure in the Queen City.
In the Queen City? Who is your locker mate?
Jared Norris, the other rookie.
Jared Norris,
He's right next to mine.
And then next to him?
Shaq Thompson.
Okay, and then
Diesel.
One more over?
Oh, you know that. That's Super Luke right there.
Super Luke?
Super Luke.
They want to know what it's like being with that linebacker duo of Luke and Thomas.
I mean, it's an amazing experience. I mean, everything, all the knowledge they have about the game. Luke,
talk about a melting pot, though. Yeah, both of those guys are really different people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so different. I mean, when you sit down with each one of them, Luke is the quiet, humble beast, and Thomas Davis, he really comes out there and tries to kill you every single play. I mean, you can sit down with Luke and he'll teach you.
Uh-huh.
Thomas Davis, go kill him. He's the pit bull on the leash, just begging to get off.
Yeah.
And Luke is like a little. He's different. He's so knowledgeable about the game. Half the time before the play even starts, he knows exactly what the offense is going to run, and that really comes through film study and just so much experience and recognizing formation. I mean, it's just great to be around those guys.
He lives in the film room.
Yes,
right?
he does.
I remember Thomas saying he has a slight advantage. Because Thomas is married and Luke is not.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, you got to get home to the wife.
You got to get home. So appreciate all the questions, man. Now we're going to get into some impromptu fun. I'm going to try to keep this up all season where I challenge you guys to something that's unexpected and different. So in all my Googling and research, I saw a picture of you playing golf. Right? That's old. I don't know how old it was, but you had a golf club in your hand. You wasn't little, you was an adult.
Yep.
So I always like to do something fun at the end, man. So we're gonna have a little challenge. I'm sure you're competitive person, you're in the NFL. So I'm gonna get out the golf club. We ain't gonna do a major. We're just gonna try to do some putting. And see who can do the best in that game of 3. and then we're going to wrap up. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and then we're going to see who's the better competitor. Because I golf like once a year.
Okay. That was my first time ever golfing.
You hadn't done it since?
Nope. And mind you, I'm left-handed, and those are right-handed clubs, and I went right-handed.
Oh, well, it's competition, man.
Hey, if you're an athlete, you can do it.
Real simple, man. I got 2 balls, even though it really don't matter.
Okay.
We're just going to hit. We're going to do 3 levels. What do you think? Should it go further away?
It's up to you. I'm an athlete.
We're going to move that back a little bit further. You want to go first? You the guess.
That's
so
fine.
You get to decide.
That's fine.
You going to go first?
I'll take care of it.
Which ball you want to choose? They both are Titleist, which I have seen have been good golf balls.
Okay.
Right. We'll move this back just some. We're going to go back to here, man. We're going to make it a little bit further back. We'll move some of this out the way. So the best 2 out of 3, I don't know. I guess we get bragging rights. Whoever wins. So
say no more.
We got it. What's our marking spot?
You tell me. It don't even matter.
Is that a little spot right there? Let's look at that spot. So let's make that a spot.
Okay. Oof.
All right. So you just gotta. Since it's such a big trash can, you can just hit it as hard as you want to hit it.
I'm
man.
good. I ain't gonna hit it as hard as I want to.
Well,
it might fly through that door.
You do work
I get another FedEx package.
Let's see here. That was pretty much
Put the
center,
team
man.
on the back.
That was pretty much the center. So all right. Then we went about right there. All right, you just stand on this side for me, Mr. Cash. You like that name, Cash, man. Is there any part of you that said, I'm gonna get me this car and I'm gonna get cash with dollar signs?
No,
There's none of that?
No.
Even being from Miami?
I told you, I'm just a regular old guy trying to make it.
Oh, that would not make you regular. That would make everybody know that that's Jeremy. I feel awkward, but since you hit it so much on the center, it went in. It didn't go as fast as yours, but it went in. All right, so now we're gonna make it a little bit harder. We're gonna thin it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
See? That's how we creatively MacGyver it to be different. So let me go ahead and let me give you a little angle though. Let me give you a little angle. There you go. And you're gonna hold it.
No, the spot's right here. The spot's right here.
Okay. Get it straight.
I got you. Now.
Whatever you need to do.
Spot's right here.
I'll be quiet on it. I felt like you was gonna miss that one, but you didn't. So, all right.
Put that left hand up just like Ginobili. Oh.
It was pretty smooth. You ain't played golf since that picture. How long was that picture?
Maybe like 5-6 months ago.
Oh, it wasn't that long ago. You still got.
Mind you, I didn't play. I just took one swing.
All right. So quiet. I feel the pressure, man. Cause my friends that play golf. Ooh, I got it right on the rim. Spun around the rim. I forgot to get my one other smaller object. All right, give me my water bottle if you don't mind.
No pressure, no diamonds, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna shrink it. Our goal even more.
Oh, you gotta go around.
Look. You just gotta hit that water bottle.
Say no more.
So I would appreciate if you miss it because I don't feel like focusing enough to hit it. But you just gotta hit the water bottle. And you still lined it up like you out on the tee.
Yeah, of course.
You said, do I need to angle this?
Nope, you're good.
No, that's good?
You're good.
Okay. You getting it lined up?
Hey, it shouldn't be that much different from pool. We had some billiards in there. That'd be different story.
The ball's a lot higher though.
Yeah.
On the table. All right. I confess I did want to talk while you were putting, but I figured if you did it back to me, I'd be mad if I lost because you broke my concentration. So here's my chance to win. I lost last week, man. I did a little skills challenge with Demir Bird. I feel like I might, since you did this right here, I need to see what my line is. All right, I think I got my little cheat spot. Hey, if I make this, shouts out to Kenyatta, who gave me this club years ago. Plays golf on the regular. I hadn't played in forever. But all right, here we go. I almost illegally tapped it. Look how slow I went to hit it. Oh! That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. I will have a good day. I will have a good day. So okay, I almost forgot which camera we was looking at. Y'all can't see, but there's like a bunch of stuff behind me. Mr. Cash, let's let these people know how to keep in touch with you on social media. I heard you young people aren't on Facebook anymore.
I still have my Facebook. I don't check it as regular, but I still have my Facebook. Instagram and Twitter, Snapchat, JAYCASH_16, JCash_16.
That underscore is hard to reach. Can you do a dash or you got to do underscore?
I think you got to do it underscore.
I think I just thought of the answer to that as I asked you because people with underscore, I'll be searching on my keyboard. But I want to thank you guys. I still keep forgetting which camera to look at, but it's this one. I want to thank you guys for watching as always. I invite you to like the video, subscribe to the video, because when I get these guys in the locker room, those are videos that I can only keep up for 24 hours because I don't get the FedEx.
You don't want to get the FedEx package.
I get the email that says the FedEx package. I don't want any of those. But if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see those videos as soon as they come up next week. Ooh, I forget who we have next week, but if you subscribe, you'll know who we have next week. So Chris Jenkins along with Jeremy Cash.
Appreciate you, boss.
Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you coming out.
No problem.